Welcome everybody. It's Tebdromo. It's Thursday, November 12th already. Holy cow. And this is our weekly Q&A call. And see Michael's on. Welcome, Michael. You can unmute if you want to ask questions. And this is just an open format just to answer any questions you have about LinkedIn and what's going on. And you see on my screen here is the new service I was in a pilot program and it looks like they just launched this week. I got one email announcing it. But basically you register for this Pro Finder, and it was just for Northern California, this beta pilot program I was in. And now I think they're rolling it out to everybody. So if you go to linkedin.com/profinder, what you can do is create a profile, and then there's all kinds of people here. It's funny, every day it has a different city here, so let's just put San Francisco. Okay, it's currently available only in the San Francisco Bay Area. So they haven't rolled it out yet. So let's say I'm looking for graphic design, copywriting, content strategy, certified financial planners. There's all kinds of different people. It's going to be a really powerful little marketplace. And it's totally free. I'm not sure if they're going to charge for it in the future, but luckily I'm in a pilot program, so we'll see what happens. But it's pretty cool. So if I'm looking for a certified financial planner in San Francisco, we can go here, some certified financial planners, and 0 recommendations. So this is why it's important to get recommendations in your LinkedIn profile. You know, we've got 15 recommendations. And it's tricky because I work with a lot of financial advisors, and technically they're not allowed to display their recommendations for compliance reasons. So this is kind of be a tricky one category. See, these people have 0 because they're not allowed. So this guy that's got 15, let's take a look at Bill. So looks like he works on his own, so maybe he can put them in there, but technically for compliance issues, they're not allowed to have any recommendations, or it's really hard for a financial planner because it's all word of mouth, but they can't publicly put their testimonials and recommendations on their websites and their profiles. So if I want to start a conversation with him, I can just start one here. I can send him this message, starts a conversation. I can look at his recommendations. Here's his summary. Here's people we have in common. So here we go with some recommendations. That's interesting. He's under certified financial planner, and they're talking about his marketing here. Interesting. Marketing plans, key strategies. This is a big mismatch here. Look, maybe he switched careers here. This is kind of interesting. So here, I can see, okay, somebody put in looking for marketing consulting. So if somebody's looking for some projects, see, they're not notifying me. I let LinkedIn know that I haven't been receiving notifications that these come in, because there was one that slipped through. But you know, if I want to respond to this, so we're looking for a high-end marketer within 6 months. It's an ongoing project. Email marketing, event marketing, lead generation. It looks like they're looking for general marketing, so I can put in a proposal here. This is going to be a pretty cool little feature. And then there was one that I wasn't interested in. This one was, let me go back. There was one that wasn't really a fit, so I just said no. So here they're looking for technical writing and website content. So I didn't really want to write web content for them, so I just declined. That's a pretty cool little feature. keep an eye on it. And if you go to this site, see if you can sign up and get into the program as they roll it out across the country. So it's going to be powerful.
Not bad at all.
So anybody have any questions on what they're working on? See, LinkedIn has changed some more stuff. Let me look at the groups because they're really overhauling a lot of stuff now. I like to kind of log in every day. So I haven't seen a lot of the new stuff. There's a whole new group layout that's coming, somebody was saying. I think it's only been rolled out in certain markets so far. But there was some pretty cool stuff. They're changing the layout. They're trying to make the app a lot like this now, so it'll look the same. But this looks pretty standard. So welcome, Christian, too. If you have questions, feel free to just jump right on. It's open format. I don't really have any agenda for this. Just kind of show you different things. They're really pushing these job ads. Every day you see lots of those. So here's my daily tasks. Actually, I have my daughter do this for me. She accepts the invitations and then sends him a thank you message. Actually, let me show you how to do that now because they've changed the way it works. So make it a little harder for you. You used to be able to just go into your inbox and click on them and you could send him a message right from there. So say I want to connect with him, accept his invitation. It says pending invitations. He's used the standard message, which most people do now. It's because a lot of times you can't customize the message. But here's the little trick I figured out. Open a separate window. And I have a message I send. So I always just start like this. I use Text Expander on my Mac. So I've got this message in here. And I swear like 25 to 30% of the time they reply to this and thank me for the information. And then I send them to my website for more information. And it seems to work really well. Let me show you that page. So I'm not trying to sell them anything. I'm just trying to get to know me. And then here's my LinkedIn profile. So it looks familiar. They can click on it. It takes them back to my LinkedIn profile. Little intro about me, how I can help you. Schedule a call if I want to speak at an event. And I'm updating this page. I got to add some pictures of me speaking and some videos. Oh, and then my LinkedIn course. They can get a free LinkedIn course, a 1-hour course, just by signing up. And a lot of people take advantage of that. So I'll send them this message. Now, so I talk about my free LinkedIn class here. Then I'll send it to them. And you see all these different messages, got different conversations going on. My whole goal is to start a conversation with Giles now. And then I would accept his invitation and then go on to the next one. So this guy, I'm not sure if I would join since he has a picture of a lion. What I'll do is usually look at his profile. Commercial mortgages. See, I'm not sure if this guy would add a lot of value to my network. So I'm not sure. These ones I'm kind of on the fence about because there's very little bit in here about his profile, anything, a little bit of education. Start to see, and also I can kind of look and see who he's connected to, people we might have in common. So I'm not sure I would accept that one. That's how I do it though. You kind of have to hover over this little icon, and sometimes it's hard to get over to that little arrow, and it just opens another window because you're replying to his message. And that opens up this messaging window. And it works really, really well. So Christian says, looking to target some more 501c3s for free-ish IT software thoughts. So let's take a look. Yeah, so you can just do a search for people that have 501c3 in their profile. That's one way to do it. Here's Christian. We need to catch up. We haven't talked in a long time. So he's got the background here. It's all about getting people's attention here. So it's like, okay, that's not the standard background. He's put some thought into it. Revitalizing sales for VARs, MSPs, CSPs, using high MRR and converting more high-ticket sales in your industry. So one thing you might be careful about is, using a lot of jargon. Obviously, your target audience would know what that is, but a lot of people just it's a good way to pre-qualify people, actually. I think really converting more high-ticket sales, that's great, because this is all the stuff that's going to show off over here. So here, Mitch, he's reshaping enterprise by developing cloud platforms. Can't speak today. So this is where you're going to get their attention with that. So you're going to have most of them will see this part. Some places it only shows the first part, like down here. It shows the first 50 characters of that, 120 characters. So you want to get the most important part up front. So is converting more high-ticket sales more important, or revitalizing sales? I think it depends on who you're getting the most results from, but that's going to get people's attention. So if you're looking for 501c3s, you can just go to advanced search and search for those keywords just to see who comes up. And if you're looking in the US, you can narrow your search. A lot of times I'll just go to second connections. Oh, they've added this one back in. For a while there, we couldn't check this box. Let's just go a second. So then you're only one step away. So here's 4,000 people that have 501c3 in my profile. Here we got 15 shared connections, 17. So lots of shared connections here. Let's just look, kind of troll through. Now what happens is if you start viewing their profiles, a lot of times they'll come back and reach out to you. You don't have to connect with them. Because if you try to connect with too many people and they say, I don't know you, you can get flagged. I've got a couple clients that they were a little too aggressive connecting with people. Now every time they try to connect, they get a warning message and it says, you need to get more people to accept your invitations. The ratio is off. So they actually have to enter the person's email address in there, which can drive them crazy. But it's not too hard to follow. I don't even know how well they even check it. Because a lot of times what you can do is look at where they work. Let's see, I can't see his contact info, but just put their first name or first initial last name at the domain name where they work. It seems to work. I've never had one say that's not the correct email address, so I'm not sure if they actually check that. But now you just kind of go through these people. Grant Writing Wellness Foundation. Start connecting with these people. Say there's over 4,000 just in the US. And if you want to get their attention, I would try to get 50C3 in your profile, in that professional headline. Get back to yours. So in here, what they're going to see is, they're going to see you viewed their profile. So what you want to do is kind of talk to that 501c3 audience. Because this is what they're going to see. They're going to see this, this, and this is the first thing they're going to see. And you could even publish content down here that talks about 501c3s. So it's like, just grabs their attention. Because they're going to just scan quickly. And here, I would mention it right up in here if that's who you're really looking for. Definitely mention it in here. Explain how you help them. Does that help, Christian? So anybody else have any questions? See, here's how 40% of my profile views come through this. So see, there I am spying on you. This is a LinkedIn algorithm, takes everything in your profile, your industry, who you're connected to, what groups you're in, and matches you up with people and then puts you in their sidebar. So Mitch actually has something, it's kind of talks about what he does, how he helps people. Here they're just using keywords. Executive, who cares? Architect of cloud platforms, that's important. Data center, virtual desktops, so just a bunch of keywords. Innovating solutions for file storage systems using metadata. So here he's talking right to his audience. To most people that's just jargon, but to somebody that could use his services, that's going to get your attention. So here's job title, co-founder. Here's Perry's. So that's really the key right there to get people's attention. And then here, managing member. Let's dig a little deeper into Christian's profile. So you're going to talk about how you help people. Sales feeling stagnant, dry, can't seem to get over that hill. It's a good start. It gets your attention because if you're struggling to get more, close more deals, it's going to get your attention. So this is good. Even most successful companies are feeling cyber sickness. If online that's banner blindness. We were just in a restaurant last night. They didn't have certain things on the menu. Then there's this blue bar at the top of the menu. You could barely read what was in it. And it was dishes, different dishes, like banner blindness. We all kind of laughed. So what I would do here too, up the top, ask me if you want to talk or something, put your phone number or your website or a way to schedule time with you after the first paragraph or two, because you kind of hooked them. They're feeling like, okay, maybe I could use your help. And then, like here, you've got this. If you put links in here on mobile devices, they're clickable. So I would definitely put a link or your email address in there so they can get a hold of you easily and schedule time. Can everybody hear me? Stan says he can't hear me. If you can hear me, go ahead and type it in here. Okay. Stan, you might want to drop off and come right back in. Sometimes you just have to go to meeting, does that sometimes, and Hangouts do that sometimes. So experience managing member. Here's where you want to use your keywords, because managing member is going to be something that comes up in the search results here. So what I would do is create 3 or 4 or 5 jobs underneath your company name here with those keywords you'd want to be found under. So I'd get one related to 501c3s, talk about, whatever you're selling up here, how to close more deals or sales training or whatever those top keywords are you'd want to be found under. Because right now, let me search for managing member. So here, wow, 152,000 people. So how do you stand out from those managing? Well, look, it's just managing and member. So we have to pre-qualify, do a phrase match. So there you go. Managing member. So how do you stand out from those people? You can leave one of your job titles as that, but I would put other ones in there, like what problems you solve. (501c3). Oops. Here we go. Troubleshooting Maven. See that? See, that's a good one. If you're looking for that market, I can raise. See, these are good. I can raise 10,000 to 50,000 for your nonprofit, guaranteed. Top person. I don't know if I'd say in 2012 I was a top 1%. It's kind of dated, but this is good. I can raise. That gets your attention. I can raise 10,000 to 50,000 for your nonprofit, guaranteed. Look at that. That's not much competition for a 501c3 expert. There's two. So really get focused on that. Let's get back to Christians real quick. So you got some content. That's good. I would grow your network. You probably have under 1,000 connections, obviously, because that's how many followers. And just start getting more content out there. You can add, under these jobs too, add little calls to action or things they can download. Definitely get some recommendations up here. Skills, make sure your skills match. So you should have 501c3 in your skills too, if you're looking for those. Stan, looking for a code. Let me see. It should. Let me see if I can invite. Look at the settings to invite. Nope, it's just saying here. Christian wants to know, what do people respond to most when publishing posts? They used to tell us this, but they've gotten away from it now. But I've got some videos from about 6 months ago when you could see the data. You could see the most popular posts. Follow Dr. Travis Bradbury, because he gets some of the most popular posts in history. So you used to be able to look at all these and see how many people viewed them. But the ones that start with how, or top 50, or top 10, top 7, or 7 ways to fill in the blank, those got the most views. So let me look here. Down at the bottom, they usually, oh gosh, they've added the endless scroll to this now too. Let's look over here. Here we go. Top posts for, these are the top posts based on these categories. See, they used to tell you how many views these all got and how many people were following. Here, these followers. But follow some of these people in the industry, the thought leaders, and when they post, you can see what kind of titles they use, because they usually get some of the top views because they get pushed into Pulse, obviously. But here, leadership and management topics, this has the most followers, almost 15 million. Big ideas and innovation, that'd be good for you, Christian. Technology, so this, scroll through this Pulse and follow these, marketing and advertising, and then see who's posting in those areas. Let me see if I can find a code for you real quick, Stan. Nope, not saying it there. Let me do this. Shown after you join the meeting. So you should have an audio pin that shows over on the right side, Stan. I don't have any way to see the one for you. So here, follow these channels, follow those people. So if I want to see the most popular posts in leadership, these are the most, you used to be able to sort by day and by week and all time. But here's one that was from the 10th, some views, not a huge number. But kind of see what's one. If you see somebody with a lot of views, follow their pattern. So he's got a list. People like the bullet lists. 5 ways to. So here you could have said 7 lessons from Leilu's win, or people like this kind of stuff. Why do so many incompetent men become leaders? 155 comments after 150, 80, only 1,000 likes. So here you can see a lot of comments. See what ones are getting responses like that. So here they're not using that pattern, that how to, or 7 ways here, 5 traits that serve me well in hiring. 17,000 views, a lot of likes, 83 comments. What is true leadership? So the questions work well. It's just like headlines. If you're ever taken a copywriting class, it's this kind of thing. The world's 50 most influential CMOs. Doesn't tell how many views here. That's interesting. So this was from SlideShare. Okay. So now you can do SlideShare content. Okay, I haven't seen this yet. So that's it. I got to post more content on Pulse. So I have lots of content. Just have to get my assistant to start publishing it every couple days. And then once you publish it, make sure you put tags at the end. You can tag the categories, like here. And that helps. And some people say if you publish like at 8 o'clock in the morning, there's a good chance that the Pulse editors will push it into Pulse if it's the right topic. So that's a whole thing. LinkedIn wants to be the largest publishing platform on the internet. So start practicing. Here we go. 5 types of bad bosses to avoid. 35,000 views. A lot of likes, a lot of comments. This is a good headline. Great leaders share 5 traits. 5 keys. See, they have kind of different. 5 keys to being a great leader. See, people are commenting. They're taking advantage of this. And then if you like them, tweet them, post them, share them. Yeah, SlideShare is a great site. It's been around forever. It used to be just post PowerPoint presentations, but you can post different kinds of content there now. But LinkedIn owns them now, so the content is really a popular site here. You can get a lot of views. I saw an article recently, some guy, he was starting up his company, and they didn't have a big marketing budget, so he put some content on SlideShare, and he bought $100 worth of Twitter ads and targeted a certain hashtag in his industry that was very popular. So everybody that was following that hashtag saw his ad, and for $100 he spent total, he got 54,000 views on his SlideShare just from that advertising, and then he drove people to his website from there. and they got some really good leads from that. But yeah, Christian, that could be a really good way for you to drive traffic. Put it on SlideShare and put it on Pulse. Let's see if I can do that. So when you want to post content over here, publish a post. The update, I'll just put the updates right here. And whenever you do even just to share an update, always attach an image like this. If you just put this text, some people may or may not see it, but when you do these little square images, it works really, really well. You get much more response. But to publish a post, so here you can add an image. So I guess you can paste your SlideShare in there, or videos. I don't see a direct connection here, and here's where you add your tags. Let's see, I haven't posted on SlideShare in a while. See if I can pop one of mine in there. It's been a while since I posted here. Here we go. Here's one I did a long time ago, a year ago. Okay, so you can add it right to your profile here. This is good. You need to play around with this. I have this one in my profile already. So I wanted to add it into my LinkedIn profile. Okay, that's interesting. And then if I wanted to share this, so you can add YouTube videos into your SlideShare. Here, I'll just take this URL. Oh, just puts a link there. I'll have to play around with that and figure that out. I'll play around with that. I'll figure that out. I'll do a little video on that. Christian, wonder if there's a correlation with SlideShare content in a post and pulse syndications. That's a good thing to test. I'll put some of my more current slides up there and try to get them in here and see how we tie that in. But here, this is, where was that SlideShare? I'll figure that out. I'll do a video for you, because that's a good thing to test, Christian. If we post stuff on SlideShare and then post it in Pulse, or as a published post, will they push it into Pulse? If you get into Pulse, hundreds of thousands of people can see it in a day, which is really cool. Any other questions? Stan, you can type your question in if you have questions. And Michael and HD and Charles, if you have questions, feel free to ask. But see, always put a good image up here, because that gets your attention. It shows up on the posts. And if you have a good, compelling image, see, you got to be careful using, at least they gave them credit here, but make sure you aren't using copyrighted images. And somebody showed me this site the other day. It's stocksnap.io, and it's all free. All photos are free from copyright restrictions. So I'll put this in the chat window. It looks pretty cool because look at these great photos. So let's search for business. This is a great resource. Tells how many people have downloaded it. Great source of royalty-free images. Good quality too. This seems to be very popular these days. Pictures of laptops on a desk. So, awesome. There's how they get your email. Okay, anybody else have any questions? Stan, how's your profile coming? I know you were working on it a while ago. Anybody want me to look at their profile? Let's look at Michael's. I haven't seen Michael's in a while. Let's see, which one is it? Is this you, Michael? Nope. Yeah, it is. HD, how much does it cost to advertise on LinkedIn? It can be anywhere from $2 to $6 or $7 a click. Whenever I run ads, they're usually like about $4 to $5, depending on the audience. But the cool thing is you're delivering those ads to the right people. Let me show you some. Do the sponsored updates. Definitely do sponsored updates. They work. Actually, I saw it yesterday. That's what I was looking for. Let me go to see there's slide share there. Nope, that's not doing it. I saw some really new ads. They changed the format of the ads. Like these big ones. These are like 25,000 minimum to place those. But there's no ads showing here. Let's go to the home page. But this is a big one. This one's usually, these are like 25,000 minimum. Let me look in the groups. They really changed the format. I'm not even seeing ads. Only these big ones. They're not doing a good job. Or nobody's running ads. Interesting. Usually it says ads you're interested in over here. But nobody must be targeting me right now. But they totally changed the layout. See, they used to show up here's sponsored updates. Those work the best. Here they are, like text ads. They used to have a banner here, and I saw yesterday on somebody's screen it was a whole different layout, and it was actually a lot better because these get kind of blind. People don't see these much, so they're trying to get people to really look at them. And that's what they're really trying to get these to work better. But the sponsored updates, you just create content on your company page, or you can do what they call the dark posts. And they work much better. I have a lot of luck getting people to sign up for webinars. And a good trick is just give them good content in the ad. And then when they click on it, go to a page that has more good content. And then you can have in the sidebar a way to opt in or a little pop-up as they're trying to leave the page. If they want more, then you can subscribe. And they seem to work much better. And Christian says, have you tested posting, sharing audio podcasts? I haven't done my podcast, but I did do this with Alex Mondosian a few weeks ago. Well, it's, gosh, a month ago now. Here, we did this. Well, it's August 21st. All right. Time flies. We actually did a hangout through Webinar Jam, took the YouTube live link, and we streamed it live here. So this was coming through actually streaming live. And then what we did, we promoted the next one coming up. And 2 weeks later, we did like a case study, and then we give the results 2 weeks later. So we were driving people here to try to register for the next hangout. And we had like 2,000 people sign up for the next hangout. And we took this, transcribed the whole webinar, put it here, which works really well because it gives you search ranking. It gives you lots of great info. People like to read stuff too, as well as watch the video. So this worked really, really well. And you see, Alex and I both drove traffic to this after, and we got 21,000 views. Didn't get as many likes or comments as we wanted, but it worked pretty well. Christian says you can take advantage of the Spotlight plan for $9 premium-ish. I don't know what that one is. Yeah, transcribe your podcasts and your webinars and add it to your content. I do that on my website. A lot of the podcasts. I mean, it's $1 a minute. It's a little expensive. Not bad, though. But we got all my blog posts here. I started transcribing some of them. Like this one I'll transcribe because this has got a lot of people. I'm doing this webinar as a hangout today at noon Pacific time. And I'll definitely transcribe that one because it'll be great content. But here are articles I've had posted, LinkedIn apps for groups. But when you transcribe it and put the video replay there, it gets a lot more interaction. And also gives you more Google ranking. So definitely do that. So Stan wants me to look at his profile. Okay, let's look at Stan. Whoops. Here we go. Okay, it's good you got easy way to get your contact. You're getting stuff, getting their information. Here's your target audience. Great. You have to be careful with this because they've been cracking down on this, and I know some people, including me, that actually have my account suspended for a day for doing that. So be careful about that. And get a copy of your free report. This is against the terms of service too, to put your phone number in here. So be careful. LinkedIn's they're really making a big effort to clean up people breaking the rules now, because so many people are spamming people, and they're really cracking down on the people using automated tools. There's tools that let you do profile views automatically. There's people that can do messages automatically. You have to be really careful about that because they're cracking down. So this is against their terms of service. And you can't put your website URL in here, which you don't have. But what I would maybe say, people are tired of free reports. They usually think it's going to be a big marketing pitch. So I would maybe even just start with top 7 mistakes advisors make that stop their growth, or something like that. But yeah, this is good title for the free report. But people are tired of ebooks and free reports. What seems to work best now is strategy guides or checklists. So you may want to say something like, are you struggling to get new clients, or some kind of thing, how to avoid the top 7 mistakes advisors make that stop their growth. Play around with some different titles. I can help you with that. But you really want to avoid free reports. That's a big red flag in marketing these days. Exactly. Christian says, give them a free report, but don't call it a report. Stick to the headline. Because you know what happens. People have been doing it for years now. And it's like, when you get a free report or an ebook, you know you're going to get a million messages that are trying to sell you something after. So people are very sensitive to that these days. So think about that. And Stan, I can kind of help you brainstorm a title here for you that gets their attention. But it's good. It gets their attention. Because advisors, it's tough because they can't advertise. They can't use recommendations. They can't use testimonials. It's all word of mouth. It's referrals, basically. So yeah, Stan, let me look. If you know Scott Keffer, get on his email list. He does some great webinars for financial advisors. He's a coach. He does double AF. He's doing his workshop right now, actually. He does twice a year. He does a workshop for his advisors, and it's like a $25,000 a year coaching program. So follow what Scott does. He's really good at marketing to financial advisors. Let's get back to Stan's. So you got good images, gets people's attention. See why the images on your post are so important. That's good. Gets your attention. So you've got 2,000. Your network's probably about 2,000 people or so. Try to get to at least 5,000. I've been aggressively growing my network this year. And it's made a big difference on the traffic to my profiles. Yeah, good headshot. Christian likes your headshot. It is good. Gets people's attention. And your background matches your shirt. Little subtle things that get people's attention. This is good right there. I would start out by maybe start with this. And then put your contact information, because the first thing they're going to see, are you an independent financial professional who struggles to get more profitable clients? Another big term in that industry is, I work with a couple of the coaches, affluent clients they're always looking for. They're looking for the affluent. And those high-end financial advisors are looking for people that they're not as interested as growing their wealth as much. They are, but legacy is a big thing for them. What's your legacy going to be as you've become successful? What's your legacy going to be? So you can help financial professionals. So that's good. You're telling a good story here. It's good. You got some good things. How you've helped people, some success stories. So try to rename this from special report to something else. I invite you to take action and subscribe. People don't want to subscribe anymore either. Big red flag. People are tired of emails. We all get like millions and millions of emails. So think about what benefit are you going to provide them? If you're going to be helping with marketing or get more leads, attract more affluent clients, whatever that is, what's the big benefit here? Because people just won't sign up for newsletters anymore unless they're going to get great information. And here you want to add an image to these so they stand out. So see here, you want to put some kind of image in there so it shows up. So projects, coaching for entrepreneurs, how to get more HNW clients with less work and less stress. Click here. Yeah, be careful about the click here, because that's, to me, it's another of those big overhyping internet marketing tactics. And people have been burned so many times now, they're very sensitive to that. So just put the project name here. You don't need to put click here, because they're going to click here. And then talk about this report very specifically. And then put your contact information a little bit. Give them some interesting content before you give them your contact information. Same here, get rid of the click here, they'll click on it. So why should I join this group? You've got a group, but join it. Why? What benefits are going to be to you as a financial advisor? So think from their perspective. We're bombarded with marketing 24 hours a day almost. So why would I want to join this group? What benefits? Learn the marketing secrets I use to help client acquisition. So right here, that's the benefit. So you don't just tell them to click here to join the group. Talk about the benefits. Learn how I helped Chris skyrocket his client acquisitions 147%. Theme strategic guide. Say strategy guide, I think. And it's just to me, it's a big red flag, the click here stuff. And you should track this and see how many people actually go here. You track it with Google Analytics or a tracking code, just to see how many people actually click on that. Then you'll know if that headline is working. So here's your publications. So you can add content to all these sections too, and do nice images, and more recommendations. Definitely get more recommendations. Ask your clients for recommendations after you work with them, or recommend them. And same thing with your job titles. Owner and business coach. I would just say business coach here. You can create one that says you're the CEO or owner or founder too, but use business coach and you'll start showing up for business coach. Professional business coach for medical, okay? And here's your courses. Definitely get your keywords in there too. Financial advisor coach. Definitely get those in there. And then push them up to the top here. A small business, that's not a skill really. That's who you work with. I would say marketing for financial advisors, coaching for financial advisors. These are too general. Marketing strategy for financial advisors. Get very specific. Yeah, it's good. Got some of this stuff in here and some personal stuff. That works. That looks good. Here's your recommendations again. Yeah, looks good, Stan. Just focus on that. Make it less salesy and markety. Even though you're teaching them marketing, from my experience in talking to other internet marketing people, the hype, people are just tired of the hype. It turns people off now. So Christian wants to know, is there a section on groups? No, I should actually do some more sections on groups, how to use groups. The course really focused on how to optimize your profile and build your network, but yeah, I need to add some content in there for groups. Because groups have totally changed in the last month or so. What they've done is they're cracking down And the moderators actually have to allow you and have to approve your entry in there. And they're really trying to cut down on people just blasting content. They're trying to get people to engage with each other on there again. So I'll definitely add some content for groups, because there's so much new in there now. And supposedly the groups, if you use the Groups app on your iPhone or Android, I think it's only on Apple right now. It's a whole new experience for the groups. It's kind of nice and fresh. So that's it for that. I've got time for one more question if anyone has any more questions. No? Okay. Well, next week we're going to do it at the same time on Thursday. I'll send out an email to everybody, and I'll post the recording in the members area. If you have questions, just jump on the Facebook group. You can ask questions there anytime and get to know everybody in the group. Okay, thanks everybody. We'll see you next week. And if you want to learn about podcasting at noon today, we're doing the podcasting. How to grow your audience in podcasting. And iTunes is really pushing podcasts now, and there's supposedly over 1 billion people listening to podcasts. So it's a really good way to get the word out. Another way to create your content. So we'll see you guys soon.